Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to give a brief tutorial on how to make a hematite bracelet, handmade with hematite beads of different colors. Today we're going to use a different variety of different metal tone hematites. I got bead landing, and we're going to start by cutting off the ends and organizing them here. I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut the end one by one and sort the beads in a specific place so that I can access them quicker. I got this little organizer from the Dollar Center in my neighborhood. It's literally around the corner and up the street. So we're gonna do the same for each four of these. It looks like we have a light brown, a black colored hematite, and a silver tone, and a gold tone. And hematite is good for blood circulation. It's good for balance. It's also a good protection crystal, and so I like to use it for different things, but overall great balancing crystal. It absorbs the negativity around you, so it's just one of those crystals that you can use every day for various purposes. And so we'll continue with the gold tone. I'm just gonna cut the ends. You can use scissors too. You don't necessarily need to use wire cutter for this. I just so happen to have the wire cutter on hand. Put it in my organizer. And I like to organize them first because it saves time. And obviously you're not going to use all of them for a bracelet, but it's good to keep them all in one place so you know where to go. Let's say if you want to make a ring or use them to make earrings or any other bead project you have, it's fine. Once I have everything in the place where I can quickly access it, I'll just go ahead and open all of them. I open all of them so they're at the ready, and then I grab my stretch. This we have Stretch Magic. I like to use this because you can secure it and it lasts a while, lasts a pretty long time. I've had some bracelets hold up for a year or more, so I recommend this Stretch Magic. I'm going to be using the 0.5 mm to start, and then I'll just keep it on here until I'm ready to cut, and then I'll start in the order of however I want my pattern. But for this bracelet I like to use it doesn't really matter, but you can use it for these shapes of beads. It says hematite hexagon on the original packaging, so I'll start with the gold, the brown, the gold, and then I'll put silver, and then I'll grab my black. Very simple. You just loop it through. There we have the beginning of our pattern. So then I'll just try to follow that pattern. You can mix it up if you want to, but I'll just try to follow that pattern all the way through. So I'll grab my brown, my gold, my silver, and then the black. And then I'll go ahead and do this until I reach the point where I'm ready to make my cut. So now, once you have your pattern all completed and you have it to the size where you want to make your cut, you just go ahead and cut the part that's connected to here. And obviously, you know, I'm mindful of what I use so that I can use as much as possible that's left over on the spool for the actual jewelry that I'm gonna make. So I'll try to leave the least amount of slack as possible, but enough to make my knots, and then we're gonna seal it. So I'll make my cut, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tie the ends And I usually make at least 3 or 4 knots here at the end. There's 1, 2, 3, just so that it doesn't come apart. And then by the time I'm at my 3rd or 4th knot, I'll go ahead and grab my hypo cement to seal it. This is what I use to seal it. And just be careful with this because it does get sticky. So close these and put it on a surface that's not fabric so it doesn't stick to the fabric. And then you give it time to dry. So you'll take this, you make sure your bead is coming up, and usually it comes up on its own. You have to seal it really well or else it'll just keep going. So there's that, and then I'll tie it a few more times to make sure that it's secure. And then I'll put probably another bead of that hypo cement on there so it'll be glued. And you know, make sure that your room is ventilated because the hypo cement does have a sort of smell to it. And also make sure that you have it on a surface that it doesn't stick. You can use like a metal surface or a plastic surface so that it doesn't stick when you're done. And just why not go ahead and do a 3rd final knot. And there it is. That is the hematite bracelet. That's multi metal tone, super cute if you want to see it worn. That's what it looks like. And these are available at my shop. Right now they're available on pop-ups, but if you want it, feel free to request it. Send me a message and I'll be more than happy to give you the details. I've made a lot of these that I like to sell, so I'll go ahead and let that dry. And you know, you're gonna want to wipe this and seal it. Be careful with this because it can be used, but usually I'll just go ahead and wipe it off. You don't want this to hurt anybody, so you just seal it right away so that it'll stop coming out, because the hypo cement does tend to come out a lot. Sometimes you have to wipe it again just so you can see where it's going. You're gonna want to seal that. There we go. Seal it. And then, yeah, I've made several of these like this with the hematite. So I have quite a few, and usually you can use, everybody is familiar with the traditional hematite, but I like this because it has the same effect but looks different. Doesn't even look like you're wearing hematite. So that is my quick tutorial on how to make a different multi-gold tone or metal tone hematite bracelet. Good for protection and balance and blood circulation. And feel free to check the show notes. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.